Hello there and welcome to this lap guide on Spa in iRacing. We are in the Porsche Cup in 2025 Season 2 Week 7 now. Open setup here. You can see my conditions right there. These are the conditions of the session. Copy them if you want to. And I would say we just dive right in there. We got a 220.216 and I will show you around the lap. Let's go. So we are approaching turn 1. We look to the left side here. This 100-meter sign should be what we are aiming for. As soon as that is gonna pass us here, we are stepping on the brakes pretty hard. Then we shift down to first gear, get down on the brakes and a little bit of trail braking. Hit the throttle. I hit it a little bit too early here. That's why I had to go down again. You usually can just go up, then stay there a little bit and then go up. You don't have to go down here. Then you basically just push all the way down. And then we reach Rouge here. We go to the left side. We can cut this corner pretty much. We can go completely on this curb. We even should, because we want to maximize this exit without getting a slowdown. It's pretty easy to get a slowdown, so we then cut completely here to the inside. Try to not upset your car with jumping on the curb. It's good if you stay like this. You can stay in 5th gear. Even though you are in slipstream, you should be fine in 5th gear. And then you just try to not cut here. This is a pretty easy slowdown, so just try to avoid it. You can even get a slowdown without an off track here. It is really close every time, but you should be fine if it's not too much understeer. Be careful in the first lap there, but here we were fine. Then shift up to 6th gear, and then we drive down the straight line here. Here you will probably have the most fights, of course, because of the slipstream and everything. And as we approach this corner, we aim for this curb here. We brake kind of before this 100-meter sign disappears. Then you go on the brakes and you try to hit this curb here. Go into 3rd gear, turn in, try to go on this green stuff there. Exactly, hook into the curb, then go on the throttle again. Off the throttle, a little bit of brake, not too much. It's just like 14%, something like that. If you need, you can trail brake a little bit longer than this. Step on the throttle again, then a short time 100% throttle. Try to keep it to the left here. A little amount of brake, and then step back on the throttle. And try to maximize your exit with going onto this curb. Next corner we approach. Kind of before this curb is arriving here, we step on the brakes, 2nd gear, keep it to the inside, a lot of trail braking here. Let the car go a little bit to the middle here to maximize your exit. Then you want to step on the throttle, short shift a little bit to keep it pretty much stable there. Then full throttle, then you can go on the right curb here, a little bit of brake, it's almost only trail braking here. On the throttle close before you hit the curb, and let's go. Try to not hit the gravel there, it will slow you down, of course. So now this corner we approach, we go onto this curb, we brake here, down to 4th gear, keep it on the trail braking for a long time, and then you go on the throttle. You shouldn't get over or understeer. If you get one of them, it's either dirty air and you have to step a little bit later on the throttle, or overall you're too fast in the corner. So we go next corner here, kind of a bit before that curb appears. As you can see, you go down to the brakes, 4th gear, 3rd gear. Try to keep it to the inside here, get on the throttle again. Then a little bit of brake to rotate the car, and then throttle again, get on the curb, get on this curb. Try to not understeer into the gravel here. Then we go 3rd gear again onto this curb. Try to get to the inside here. Don't really get on that curb. It's fine if you go around it. Then you try to maximize your exit here. 4th gear, you have to lift a bit here, maybe a little bit less than I did, but it worked out in the end. You try to not hit the gravel here. If you hit the gravel, you will probably lose a few tenths there, something like 1 or 2 tenths, and you try to avoid that. And of course there's an off track. So we go 5th gear, full throttle, of course. Then we are approaching the next corner. You can go with the middle of your car, you can go over this line. Be careful if you go too much over this line, you'll get an off track. I think there is even possibly a slowdown if you like go really far. So then you have to lift a little bit, especially in the dirty air. It could be that in the end of the race you can go full throttle there with the warmed up tires, lighter car and everything. But for now, it's like lifting a little bit, and then step on the throttle again. Try to keep it to the inside as good as you can. Then maximize it here. You can even go a little bit further to the right without getting an off track. This is the biggest non-off track challenge here. And then, as you can see, as soon as this line appears here, we are stepping on the brake. If we are close to it, brake pretty hard. I actually don't know if you can go completely on this curb or not, because the 3D curbs can upset your car a little bit under the braking. So maybe just do it like that. For me, second gear here is good. Try to not hit the sausage curb, but keep it close. Then get on the throttle again, get down, a little bit of braking, maybe a bit less than I did there, and throttle again, and then you can go completely to the outside here. As long as you hit the curb with a tire, it's all fine. And that's basically it. So the thing about this corner is you can also try it in first gear. It may work better for you. For me, second gear worked better here. Maybe you also try to go second gear in, then shifting down to first gear and exit in first gear. There is some kind of variation you have here. For me right now, it was second gear. I maybe even change it during the week. It depends on how it feels and how fast I can go. And yeah, just try to figure it out for yourself. For me, it was second gear here and it worked quite fine. Here are the sector times of my lap. As you can see, first sector wasn't that great because I stepped on the throttle a little bit too early in the first corner. But then the second sector, we lost 200ths of a second, which is not that bad. It just happens, but that means we got more potential in here. There is a faster lap in here than this. But in the end, this is an orientation for you guys. If you have one sector which is pretty slow, just try to work on that. Sometimes it is something like that, especially sector 2 and 3 are pretty difficult. Sector 4 is well with their last corner. So yeah, that's basically it. That's it with the lap guide. That's the 220.216 on my conditions here. I think it should be a decent lap to get us running up in front. Of course, it's a lot of slipstream fighting. You can get my setups on the Discord as always, and I hope I'm gonna see you around this week. I hope I'm gonna see you in the streams as well, and I hope this lap guide helped you a little bit. So have a great one, have fun on the track here on Spa, and we're gonna see each other on track. Adios.